It was a wonderful goal. There'd be great pride in that goal. Great break, speedy movement, good play and selfish play off the ball by players who weren't involved in the move.
And a wonderful opportunity, and that is a magnificent goal by Diao.
I think if you were a coach that day, you'd be really, really proud.
It's almost choreographed. It's almost like they've been out there for the last 3 days working on this, and everybody knows their moves, and this is what they're going to do, and the opposition are going to play ball. Diao bursts a blood vessel to get there, and it's a fantastic goal. I mean, if they're 49 better than that, this is going to be some show.
The way he strikes that free kick, the way it goes over the wall, now we're used to seeing it. We're used to seeing it with the technology, the lightweight footballs, the fantastic, lightweight boots as well. But with those heavy footballs like they had in '66, to be able to do that was something that, Europeans hadn't seen. It was magical.
This was a particularly good goal. Puyol breaking it up, playing cleverly with Torres.
How much Puyol still wanted the ball and teed it up for Torres. That's a magnificent goal.
This was a very good Spanish goal. They played some very fine football this day. And everyone was talking about they could go all the way.
Pescu. And it's down the left that they concentrate this attack. Oh! What a stunning blow that one is!
The camera picks him up, and it looks like he's actually meaning to cross, and I have to say, I think that gives it away. I'm not sure he meant it.
Was it a fluke? I don't think it was. Give him the total credit.
He's a great player, and he probably thinks he deserves the benefit of the doubt. The fantastic thing about the Borghetti goal is that I just can't remember seeing a header like that in any game.
Blanco looking for Borghetti. Oh, he got a good touch, and he scored a very good goal.
Did he quite know where the goalkeeper was? Who knows? It was Buffon. He's beaten him. Superb finish.
Roger Milla. Where did he come back from? I think they said he was about 38, although there was some talk that he was 50-odd in the end.
We were talking about Miller, good turn. Miller inside the penalty area. He gets off the line. Roger Miller's done it.
There's one thing that you can say, there's no substitute for experience, because get this guy around the box, get the ball in the right position, and time again, he will stick it in the back of the net. This guy was a finisher.
Everything about him was immaculate. His touch on the ball was exemplary. His vision was fantastic. His ability, to keep his head in a situation like that. He had the goal at his will. He could make the ball sing, dance, whatever. There was nothing hurried about him. It was like he was playing in slow motion. A classic goal from one of the players that you would have to put in the top 5 of all time.
Sospers still on the ball. Carlos Cesar, Brazilians picking up the pace now, putting some pressure, real hard pressure. Harnessing the defense, Castell. And here's Pele. Jazino. There it is. Jazino gets it.
You know the football phrase, he's got eyes in the back of his head. Somebody check Pele next time they see him, because how he knows where Jairzinho is down to pure footballing instinct. And because the ball is instantly under control, he has the entire situation under control, and he can decide who scores, how and when. Here, you have it. Look how they celebrate that goal. I mean, so many wonderful individuals in the team. I guess there must have been egos in the team, but there's absolutely no sign of it there. We're all affected by our boyhood heroes, and 1970 was a wonderful time to be a boy with that team to watch.
Geoff Hurst was always quite self-deprecating about that goal. He said all he wanted to do was hit it as hard as he could, as far as he could, and if it went into the crowd and run the clock down, well, then he was quite happy. But listen, there was much more to it than that. You know, this was a man who sort of dragged the German defence all over the pitch, and suddenly he switched up and he's just lashed it. And it's almost like, you know, an outpouring of emotion. But it was one of those great moments. I'm sure every Englishman who was at Wembley that day, every Englishman who was watching the game at home on television will be able to say, well, I know exactly where I was, exactly what I was doing when Geoff Hurst scored that fourth goal.
I think the Amakochi goal in '94 was just around that time when there was an explosion of African footballers, and especially the Nigerians were producing a real crop of talented players. And I think, you know, without stereotyping, they had pace, they had power, but they had skill and they had good understanding of the game.
Amokachi plowing through. And that will go down as one of the best of the competition.